The world is moving at an accelerated rate, creating a demand for sustainable innovation around the world. For over 10 years, the annual investment meeting has provided the world with a platform to explore new ideas and solutions. It has brought together people from different backgrounds and walks of life, opening up a world of opportunities. Discover how we build a better future by boosting investments, by bridging industries and sectors such as oil and gas, manufacturing, aviation and information technology, with major investors and stakeholders, in order to create and maintain relationships that push us further. The next edition of the annual investment meeting will bring numerous investment opportunities and interactive features of the world's greatest show, the Expo 2020 Dubai. Network with the world's most influential people and gain insights from top speakers and organizations. Experience conferences, presentations, and world-class exhibitions on the theme Investments in Sustainable Innovation for a Thriving Future. By the year 2030, we envision global growth, success, and prosperity through our strategic investment platform, where we create smarter cities and support investments in developing countries. Our approach to making the world a better place isn't just a dream. Join us at the annual investment meeting as we celebrate 10 years of success, calling every nation to invest in sustainable innovation.
Okay. Hello everyone, and welcome to today evening for the Startup Pitch Competition Seed in AIM 2022. A warm welcome to all participants and jury members. Thank you for making time to be here. Before we begin, I'd like to introduce myself. I'm the founder and CEO of Craigzo.com, which is an AI-based holistic startup ecosystem where we help early-stage startup founders validate their business ideas directly with end customers and connect them with the right mentors and investors with the power of AI without wasting time for startups and investors, increasing the financial and reducing the investment time for the investments to go forward. We also bring the right key stakeholders on one single platform, depending on the industries the key stakeholders are interested in, so the information is more relevant. Now, we would like to thank AIM Startup Pillar sponsors, Aster for Startup Award sponsor and official healthcare partner. Can we have the sponsors on the screen? Hello? Okay. Via Marina, which is a Startup Pitch Hub sponsor. And the 11th edition of the annual investment meeting AIM, the world's leading business and investment platform, scheduled from 29 to 31st March at Expo under the theme Investments in Sustainable Innovations for Thriving Future. The startup pillar of AIM 2022 works towards facilitating the creation of a viable ecosystem for entrepreneurship and employment to the event held during the Expo 2020 Dubai. The pillar is supported by various partners globally consisting of angel investors, venture capital firms, accelerators, incubators, co-working space tech hubs, and investment promotion agencies. Now, the people who are going to be deciding startups' next stake in their companies or the future at this particular moment, we have our jury members, Ms. Olga Fleming, who's the director of Urga Group. Let me just introduce the judges one by one, and then we will do what we decided. Mr. Marcin Lapa, who's the vice president of Smart Energy Water. Mr. Jazzy Jamal, founder and CEO of Grow Valley. Okay, good. Mr. Malakai Halliday, founder of Halliday Growth. Ms. Nina, who is the president of Business Angels of Slovenia. Mr. Abdul Razak Al Sharif, associate director of programs for Shera. Ms. Nivina, who is a startup support coordinator for NT Parks. We have Mr. Hisham Akhtar, program and partnership manager for Plug and Play Abu Dhabi. And lastly, we have Dr. Ayman Ismail, who is the associate professor of Abdul Latif Jamil and the chair of entrepreneurship and founding director of AUC Venture Lab. Now, Dear respected jury members, so before we let the startups come on stage and pitch their ideas to every one of you, and you get all judgy and sentimental about their ideas, let's take a moment where I would like to give each one of you 30 seconds where you get to introduce yourselves. It's like an elevator pitch, but also mention how can you support startups post-event, or it can be either in the form of, okay, you know, this idea is really good, and this is the kind of firm we invest in. There is potential, we'd like to take it forward. Or it can be post-event, I would like to open XYZ door for the startup to grow. So that way, we have something which we can take forward post this event as well, right? So I think, Ms. Olga, we can start with you, and then...
Hello everyone, my name is Olga Fleming, and I am an angel investor, fundraiser, lawyer, and also a mentor at Intelac, which is the hub under Emirates Aviation and Donata, Microsoft, and all the guys. So basically, how can I help the startups? Well, if it's not seed round, then I can help them to raise funds for like 2 to 10 to 15 millions, depending on the project. And if they require like financial side mentoring or like legal mentoring on the licensing, the hard stuff, they can also approach me. And if some connections are needed, like in aviation and other sectors, feel free to approach me. Thank you.
Hello everybody, Malachi Halliday, founder of Halliday Growth. We're financing startups and SMEs in the UAE, so the first companies that are both impact oriented and also have invoices in the UAE, then we'll be keen to support you with finance and capital. Thank you.
Hi guys, I'm Nevena from Science Technology Park Belgrade. They say that there are 5 main components to each startup. Those are team, market, and technology. So I would like to see strong team who are able to adapt to the market. I wish you big luck today. Have inspiration and show us how you can change the world. Thank you.
Hi, Nina Dremal, Business Angels of Slovenia. Nevertheless, we are a small country in Central Europe. We are specialized for investment readiness for startups, especially for those who would like to enter European market. Otherwise, we are sector agnostic, but nevertheless, we really prefer software B2B. Thank you.
Hello, everybody. My name is Jazir Jamal, and I'm the founder and CEO of Grow Valley Ventures. We're a venture studio based in the UAE. We invent, invest, and also build startups at scale with influential partners. There could be early stage startups and also could be someone internally. And we're looking forward to working with early startups. In the house we have infrastructure, we have investments, we also have shared resources who are industry experts and also experienced entrepreneurs, where we work closely with early stage startups and build them at scale in a rapid speed. Thank you.
Let's talk, you and I, after the event.
Hi everyone, my name is Abdulrazak. I'm the Associate Director of Programs at Shira. And what we offer is basically support across the value chain of a startup, the maturity stage, from access to experts, access to training, access to investors, but also co-working space, incorporation support, all of that. We have a booth actually there. If you have any questions for us, we can definitely give you more information. Thank you.
Hi guys, this is Marcin Łapa speaking. I'm the Vice President of Smart Energy Water as well as the President of the Board in the private office of His Highness Sheikh Ahmed Al Qasimi. So we are supporting grow in more than 30 countries right now. We are happy to facilitate your grow in all the markets where we are already in. We are using diplomatic channels to facilitate the best transaction around the globe. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, my name is Hisham. I'm part of the Plug and Play team. We're one of the most active venture capital and corporate innovation firms in the world. We've invested in startups from Google to Flutterwave. So that's one way we support startup is through investments, but also through B2B open innovation ecosystem building. So really excited to hear the pitches today and best of luck to everyone. Thank you.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Ayman Ismail. I'm a professor of entrepreneurship at the American University in Cairo, and also the founder of AUC Venture Lab and AUC Angels. We've basically created an ecosystem at our university that works with entrepreneurs, supported more than 300 startups to date. One third of them raised VC and angel investments, and very happy that one of them, Swivel, is actually the first unicorn to list in NASDAQ out of Egypt and now based in Dubai. Very happy to be with you, and we hope we get more success stories from the current talent.
Thank you to all jury members, and thank you once again for carving out time from your busy schedules to be part of this competition. Before we hand over the floor to the first presenter, let us recap on the format and rules for pitching competitions. Startups, you're going to be getting 3 minutes for pitching and 2 minutes for the Q&A with juries. Timekeeping for pitch competition and Q&A sessions will be indicated by a bell. This will be managed by the organizers. Kindly adhere to these time limits. We will cut you off at the mark of 3 minutes. Okay, we are on a tight deadline. Judges have to spend 2 hours. There are 17 pitch startups to go. So be sure that you take the 3 minutes and utilize it well. The virtual participants are expected to keep yourself on mute at all times unless you are the speaker. Scoring will take place within 2 minutes and within the Q&A session allotted time. So judges, you have 2 minutes. Please ensure you utilize it as well. Now, are we ready? Startups, where are they? I don't see anyone. Oh, they're all there in one corner that you guys put it up. Okay. First thing to remember, this is not the final day. This is, if you don't win, it's okay. Relax yourself. Take it as you're just explaining what you guys are doing to your team members, right? Don't let the audience intimidate you. Don't let the judges' high profiles intimidate you. Come here, take your 3 minutes, calm down, and just speak your heart out, okay? If you guys miss something which is very, very vital during the 3 minutes, ensure that during the Q&A, you just mention it. So that's a smart way to not feel or not look nervous on the stage, okay? All right, so let's begin. Can we have the first presenter? We have Via Marina, Felix. Felix, can we have you on stage?
Hello to everyone. I'm going to talk about water. Ensuring worldwide food security faces two adverse megatrends. First, population growth increases demand for food, and second, climate change decreases water offer for agriculture. Hence, food prices increase, particularly in the present international crisis. Solving this major problem calls for large but affordable irrigation infrastructures. Via Marina is the only solution able to provide affordable water for agriculture. It will also supply other users, population and industries. Towards this end, Via Marina is currently developing 13 projects for the transportation of water in large quantities and over long distances with a submarine flexible pipe by taking water at the mouth of a river. One single 4-meter diameter pipe, flexible like this one, imagine that in 4-meter diameter, can transport over several hundred kilometers with no environmental impact, a flow equivalent to the production of 1 dozen desalination plants, using 5 to 10 times less energy and at a cost 50 to 70% smaller. Via Marina has already identified over 2 dozen projects to be developed over the next few years, as we already have our pilot project under implementation. A few examples. For Egypt, from the Libyan border to the Gaza border. For Saudi Arabia, from Neom to Jeddah. For Western countries of the Gulf, from Kuwait to UAE. Our projects will total more than $50 billion of investment. They will yield over 5% margin, so potential over more than 2.5 billion of profit for Via Marina over the long term. Only one of those large projects will turn Via Marina extremely profitable. All our projects will generate socio-economic development. They will contribute at the same time to Sustainable Development Goals 2 and 6. They will also participate in the adaptation to and in the combat against climate change. The Amarina offers the best impact ratio, solving the world's problems compared to our current fundraising, $30 million. Thank you. And I'm ready to answer questions.
Okay, judges?
I was right in the 3 minutes.
That was really good, actually.
Just for the record.
No, it's much needed, Felix. Okay, judges, do you have questions?
Thank you for the presentation. How are you going to be using use of proceeds for the capital that you bring in? Use of proceeds? You're raising funding, capital. What will you be using the capital for?
Where is the mic? Okay. It will be for the pilot, about $15 million, and the rest is for the development of projects. Each one of those large projects requires something like $5 million in investment for the promotion, in legal, engineering, and preliminary engineering, lobbying, and all these kind of things for each one of those projects. So we'll be able to develop at the same time in parallel 3 projects, because these large infrastructure projects, you never know how they advance over time. So you need to have a portfolio of projects, like you investors have a portfolio of startups. We need to have a portfolio of projects.
Can we have the next startup on to present? Smart Watering by Laser.
Hi everyone, my name is Lazar. My team and I are helping fruit growers automate drip irrigation using sensors and artificial intelligence. Lack of labor and efficiency in agriculture means that farmers waste over 90 hours a month on manual irrigation by opening the valves and checking the soil moisture. And also they spend over $1,000 a month on gas, advisors, and labor that tell them when to irrigate and how much. And as a result, they have 20% of yield loss each season. Our solution to this problem is irrigation automation using devices in the field and the mobile application that saves farmer time, since now he can irrigate on the go. It completely takes the guesswork out of irrigation because we use real-time sensor data and AI to predict soil moisture and give daily recommendations about irrigation. And it saves farmer money and water by lowering irrigation costs by 30%. The product itself is consisted of device like this one that is set up in the field and the mobile application, which provides monitoring and control over the irrigation system. It also provides insight and daily irrigation recommendations when farmers should irrigate and how much. There are 3 main points that differentiate us from our competitors. The first one, we combine insights with automation, making farmers' user experience way richer. And we are highly focused on high-value fruit growers like blueberries, apple, and hazelnuts, which are highly profitable. And we use real-time sensor data for the artificial intelligence. While our competitors are focused on row crop like corn, soybean, and stuff like that, and are using satellite imagery and NDVI, which is not applicable in our niche. We have a diversified team of sales, agronomy, hardware, and software engineers, and we gathered around this idea 4 years ago when I had a problem of how to distantly remote and control my own farm. And since we saw how big of a problem is it for the farmers, we decided to share this idea with the world. I'm sorry, there is a slide missing. We are looking to raise $1.6 million in order to get to 3,000 farmers and get to revenue of 7.5 million over the next 24 months. Thank you.
Thank you, Laser. Thank you, Laser. I think all startups came prepared to end their pitches within the 3 minutes, so that's a good thing. Judges, you have 2 minutes, and There you go. Just keep it here.
Thank you for presentation. Actually, two questions. How long does it take one farmer to onboard from time perspective, expensive perspective, and what's the package that each farmer gets?
Yes, there were a couple of slides missing on the presentation. The one is the business model. The one was the business model. We charge one-time setup fee for the hardware, which is approximately $2,500 US, and monthly subscription for the app. And it takes 1 day to install it and to play it in motion because it's completely plug and play.
And how many farmers already in the game?
Yes, currently we have over 70 companies and farmers using our solution in Serbia. Among them are two of the largest food production companies. We have generated approximately $1,000 of revenue in Q1 this season with sales target of $500,000 only in Serbia and a couple of these markets. And our annual growth rate is 250% year after year in terms of revenue.
What is the go-to-market strategy?
Yes, since agriculture is a relationship-based business, we are looking for strategic partners who are already in drip irrigation business, who have global presence, global distributors that will help us deliver our solution to the end users who are farmers.
Thank you for the pitch. Question is here, right here. In front.
Oh,
okay.
sorry.
You said 30% less of a cost, and I'm assuming that is cost based in Serbia. Now, in terms of your resource reduction, what is the advantage over to the other countries across the globe when you're looking at the global standards?
You mean in terms of water savings, energy savings?
Water, labor, energy.
Yeah, we have done case studies and a pilot project with these big companies in Serbia. We came to results that the system saves 20% on irrigation cost and saves over $1,000 US per year on water and gas prices when it comes to irrigation.
That's it. Thank you, Laser. Can I have the next startup on the stage, please? Engine Side.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Lutz Wichmann. The company I represent today is EngineSight. We are the technological leading provider of IT security software made in Germany, you know, where the Mercedes comes from. So we protect SMEs against economical damages caused by cybercrime more efficient than any other software on the market. I'm sorry. With EngineSight, everybody has now the opportunity to be attacker and defender of its own IT infrastructure. We protect SMEs against, we protect SMEs in every conceivable security scenario. To achieve this, we combine the most modern technology with software architecture and multi-level automation. So EngineSight sets new standards worldwide with its all-in-one IT security suite, and it's more affordable than any other software on the market. For me, it's the first time to be in Dubai, and during the last days, I was able to get a first impression of the city from the future. So for me, the combination of your traditions and the global modernity is groundbreaking. Especially the architecture reflects this in a most unique way. During the last 50 years, times have changed rapidly. Companies are responsible to face these changes with innovations. I'm really sorry. Unfortunately, economical damages do not only arise through climate change or demographic variations. The main part of damages in economies is caused by cybercrime, which costs millions of dollars each year and slows down innovation and growth. So attacks have changed rapidly in quality and quantity. SMEs have to face the same cyber threats as large corporations, but they have a significant smaller amount of human and financial resources. And in combination with missing proactivity in their intransparent landscapes and no training before an attack, it's the most, these are the reasons for successful encryptions and damages. So, let me take you back. I'm really sorry, I missed the point. I'm sorry, I forgot my day. I have to skip out. Okay, sorry. Yeah, Joe, I'm really sorry. Thank you. We believe in everything that we do, that the right technology can make a change and is able to change the world for a better and safer place for everybody. So EngineSight sets new standards worldwide, as I said, and I'm looking forward to have a good conversation afterwards and to get to know you. Shukran.
Take your time to answer the questions. You have 2 minutes.
You did great. See, listen, one of the things that majority of these founders feels lost is that I have to be a great presenter to be a great founder. You don't have to be. Okay. You don't have to be. So you don't have to think that you've missed out something because you didn't give a great presentation either. So I want you to keep up your confidence, okay? Because not everybody can speak.
Yes.
All right, but you did great. Really appreciate that.
Thank you for that. Shukran.
Yeah. So I have a question. If you could talk a little bit more about like the specific product itself. So I'm sure you heard in the news recently, Okta, they had a security breach and they're one of the leaders in cybersecurity. So what are you doing differently, for example?
So we combine all the, there are a lot of features in IT security. There are a lot of software for IT security. So one for every feature. But we combine all these in just one platform, just one surface. And in combination with all the things I said, it's really good because you can do it with a small team in SMEs, for example, and you got all the enterprise security features that you need to protect yourself from the incoming, attacks.
Any big... Right.
I can hear you. Yeah, we have customers.
Yeah, the question was, sorry, the question was any customers he can share about, like big customers in Germany, because I assume that you're already working on the market, right? So you're saying you are biggest or leading provider of IT services. So I assume there are customers,
Yes.
And who are they?
Yeah, we have customers throughout of every part of the economy, for example, production, automotive, and especially power plants or, healthcare institutes, for example, like hospitals. So yeah, everybody needs IT security.
And could you please share the size of these organizations? Like how many employees per employees? Like how big are they?
We have a great team, about 20 people. Shukran.
Good luck. All right, so we have the next presenter, Quantum CAD. That's an interesting name for a startup. Can we have Quantum CAD on the stage, please? Hi, how are you? Do you need the podium? You scared me there.
Sorry, I'm from the nation of speed, South Korea. Hello, everyone. Thank you for coming. My name is Shin Hyung Kang, and I'm going to tell you about the new gold standard in Catalyst technology. The Catalyst market has grown steadily and is forecast to continue on this upward trajectory. The environmental catalyst market accounts for the largest of the 4 segments and shows the highest growth rate. The reason for the high growth in the environmental segment is due to government regulations around the world to control carbon emissions and air quality. Simply defined, catalysts are compounds or chemicals that speed up the chemical reactions. They are used in cars, factories, and ships to control harmful emissions. And in other segments, over 90% of all the chemical processes are controlled by catalysts. The most widely used catalysts include platinum, palladium, and rhodium, which are also known as platinum group metals, PGM. However, the PGM can only work in high temperatures, and they are low in supply and high in demand. They are very expensive, and the prices are highly volatile. Back in 1987, it was discovered that gold can be a far better catalyst than PGM. But not only is gold more efficient, it also operates at room temperature, unlike the high temperatures needed for PGM. So why isn't gold used instead of PGM? The reason is because gold had unstable physical properties that prevented it from being commercialized until today. QuantumCat developed and patented a way to commercially use gold as a catalyst. It has the same stability as PGM, but can operate in far lower temperatures. For example, during natural combustion, harmful carbon monoxide gases are not easily converted to carbon dioxide due to the high temperature requirements for CO combustion. Until 609 degrees Celsius is reached, there is no chemical reaction. Platinum catalysts can lower the required temperature to approximately 250 degrees Celsius. However, until 250 degrees Celsius is reached, nothing happens. On the other hand, QuantumCat catalysts are active at room temperature, which means that harmful gases can be converted into CO2 in a wide range of conditions. There is no need to wait or expend additional energy to raise the temperature. QuantumCat catalysts have more than just performance advantages. They are also much cheaper than PGM, unlike the low supply and high demand for PGM. Yeah.
Can you tell us commercially where are you today? Have you started selling? And if you have, how much in sales and what customers do you have?
For now, we are providing samples to large enterprises, and we are having good responses.
And do you have any patents or IP on your solution?
Yeah, this is a totally original technology from ours.
Thank you for the presentation. Who's your target customer?
Actually, there are many targets. Actually, the whole PGM market, platinum group catalyst market, is our target, from emission control to hydrogen economy. But for now, we are targeting the easiest market. That means the room temperature reaction is needed. I mean, that kind of market is like indoor air quality control, like air purifier, or just air conditioning systems, or whatever.
Yeah, thank you. Looking at the presentation. Thank you very much for the presentation. The biggest question is about your competitors. Like, who are you competing with at the moment?
For this gold technology, no competitors.
No competitors. So it's absolutely innovative product.
Yeah, sure.
How expensive is it? I mean, is it more expensive to use this product or alternative?
It's comparable to the PGM market.
Thank you.
How much money are you looking to raise, Shinyon?
Actually, we have just finished the Series A from our Korean domestic fishes, and we are trying to have outposts globally, and we will have some small money like a seed round.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was a good pitch, actually. Maybe have our next presenter, MK Plus. Are you here? Okay, perfect. You know the rules. We have this.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Kazumasa MK Plus from Japan. We have been developing new battery technology for 40 years with the Japanese national universities. Here, on it. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. And Japanese has the most aged technology in battery field. And the existing battery has many problems. Fire action, heat action, slow charging, short life cycle, and scarcity of resources. The solution is a little difficult because the reason why the whole problem is such existing technologies saturation. So the electrolytic cell tech is now saturating now. So we use, I decided to use redox cell technology. Redox flow battery is one of this technology, but that battery is so huge, like three-story buildings, and costed so highly. And we developed, we succeeded to solidify a redox flow battery, and we made this vanadium solid-state battery. Characteristics is exciting. Vanadium has not catch fire, no heat dissipation, and deep life cycle, almost a permanent life cycle, and short charging, and low cost. And so we targeted energy storage system for electric generators. And our position is now preparing the mass production with Japanese capacitor makers. Perhaps next month we can modify these mass production. Thank you for listening. Some questions?
Thank you for the presentation. The question is like where primary markets, main markets where you utilize this battery?
Yeah, of course.
I mean, where do you utilize, like cars, electric cars? Where do you use these batteries?
Storage system over the electric companies.
Okay.
Yeah. EU electric companies showed me the strong interest in this technology.
Thank you.
Where are you with the product development and commercially?
Developing in Japan, but producing is EU area or US or Africa.
Is product complete and ready, tested? At what stage?
This POC is done, and now start preparing to start mass production.
Do you have any plans to expand to the UAE?
Yeah. UAE in Middle East area has low costed energy, electric energy, because these areas have abundant oil material. So generate electric energy by oil and save the electric energy into this battery, and UAE people export these batteries to the lack of electric energy countries. Thank you.
All right. Next one, we have an interesting startup called App for Legal. Can we have Firas on the stage, please? Firas, mic, podium.
Okay. This one, the startup?
You can press next.
Okay. Yeah, can I have this?
Sure. Okay. Cool. Can we start the timer?
Hi, everyone. My name is Firas. I'm the CEO and founder of App for Legal. I'm second-time entrepreneur. My first company is in the digital transformation. It's a mature company present in 7 countries. App for Legal is one software for law firms and in-house legal teams. I hope that you have lawyers among us. I know, Olga, you're a lawyer already. So the problem, if you know lawyers or you work with lawyers, right? They receive a lot of solicitation during a day, right? They have a lot on their shoulders, and unfortunately, sometimes it's leading in poor efficiency. right, at the end of the day. And the second huge problem is they struggle with a lot of small tools out there, okay, and isolated or legacy solutions present in the market. Obviously, the solution is all-in-one software that is replacing all the small tools used by legal professionals. And this is exactly App4Legal, where we are putting all the tools together, from contract lifecycle management to case management to matter management, time billing, CRM, expenses, invoices, all of them in one single platform that is comprehensive, intuitive, and answers the global need. So it's all-in-one solution that will replace all the tools, and it talks the language bottom-up of legal professionals. This is exactly App4Legal. If we look at the market is really huge. Okay? So it's $40 billion US annually, and in the US only it's 18 billion. Okay? Where if we observe a little bit since COVID, it's accelerating. If you look at Crunchbase and some platforms, $800 million US have been invested in the legal tech space in the last 18 months. We have beautiful traction. So we finished 2021 with 1.2 million ARR. We have clients in 50 plus countries, including legal teams of banks, telcos, governmental, and many law firms. Our model is very simple. Our pricing is transparent and published on the website. It's based on subscription. Our go-to-market strategy is also simple. So we focus on the non-enterprise sales through self-service, try and buy. And on the enterprise sales, B2B is through channels. So we have partners in a couple of countries selling the businesses. I'm backed up by a beautiful team mixing the knowledge of legal and technology. We're 52, and we have a brilliant advisory board those people are really have nice track records in the legal space, not only in the Middle East, but also in the US and in Europe.
Okay. For us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
What do you see as the biggest...
This is my last slide, by the way.
Okay, thank you. What do you see as the biggest risk to your business?
I don't see a biggest risk in the business. I see challenges. The legal tech space is highly fragmented. Okay, so when you go to each country, it has their own regulations and own things and own integration. We had this resolved bottom up because we're lucky to be in the Middle East, where every country is talking 2 or 3 languages at least, dealing with 2 or 3 currencies. So this is where App4Legal has a huge competitive advantage. It's multi-language, multi-currency, answering the independent from the jurisdiction, so we're not depending from the legal itself. So the challenges are only to have legal operations in these countries, and this is where we are resolving this through channels. So we partner with resellers and partners in different countries.
So what's your legalization model in terms of attestations, regulatory things? I understand that you could follow a template processes. That's
Zero.
fine. So
Zero.
No attestation legalization?
No attestation, because we are a software jurisdiction agnostic.
So there's no digital signature,
so
nothing on it?
we're the ERP built bottom up for the legal practice, and we don't deal with content. So we partner with content companies like Thomson Reuters or LexisNexis, etc. So we just integrate with these kind of solutions.
So you're like a platform as a service?
We're a platform as a service. We're a legal practice management software for a law firm and in-house legal teams, from end to end.
Fantastic. And where do you stand as of now with the product?
So we have 35 partners worldwide, including one of the biggest ones. So we're working with companies like KPMG, Accenture in some areas. And so this on the enterprise side, where we deal with banks, telcos, the legal teams in banks and telcos. And we have the model of, the small accounts. And here we deal with marketplaces of lawyers. So we're present in every single marketplace accessible by lawyers.
For us. Thank you, judges.
Thank you very much.
All right, we have quite of interesting startups from smart watering to climate control to App4Legal. I think I need that from my lawyers. Okay, we have the next startup. Again, an interesting one. Musician, right?
It's actually the music
Music Sen. Okay. Well, good luck. You have to present it.
Hi, everyone. First of all, thanks to this wonderful organization and the Ministry of Economy and the AIM organization. It's a really pleasure for us to be here with you. So I'm the founder and the CEO of MusicSen, which is a digital live and music entertainment company. So what we are solving is, people love music. Everybody here is love music, everyone. And the last 20 years, we are listening music from some famous platforms, like such as Spotify and YouTube Music. But artists doesn't love streaming music anymore. The reason behind that, actually, despite the streaming market share is growing year by year very significantly. But the reason behind that they don't like streaming platforms, as because the competition increases year by year in those platforms, and their earnings really decreases year by year as well. So that's why people also love live music. Maybe, I mean, more than streaming music. Also, artists love live music as well, because they are getting their earnings, 70% of their earnings, from the venue performances. But on the other side, for the music audiences, it's really not so easy for them to engage or just, I mean, join these kind of events. I mean, if you are just, you know, living in a big city, it's yes. But if you are not, I mean, regularly have a chance to enter these kind of performances. So that's why we built MusicSen. We are matching artists and the music audiences together. We are making them to just connect. We are making artists to earn money through our platform. On the other side, we are just enabling people to meet new people, interact with the artists. So we are helping artists through their celebrity journey, let's say, as being a friend of them. And also, we are just really giving them a chance for various, you know, earning channels, let's say. And also, as we are a global platform, we are really enabling them to reach a global audience, not only their countries. On the other hand, we are also enabling users to interact and, you know, to meet with new people. So they are really having a chance to have one-stop shopping inside the new music and entertainment industry. So we are targeting 1.3 billion market share within the total 21.6 million in streaming market. Hygienically, we are differentiating ourselves from the competition. As we are live, as we are created, and as we are only acting in music and entertainment industry, we are just really differentiating ourselves. Although it's a 1.5 year company, in average viewing sessions, we are really so far away from the competitors. It's over, I guess. Yep. Sorry about that.
Can we have your questions, please? And audience members, please, a round of applause for him. I think everyone's just sleeping.
So as far as I understand, this is the attraction, right? So basically.
Hi, sorry.
So the question is, see, any mic comes to me, it doesn't work.
Guys.
The question was, what's the profitability? And I just answered that. It's 60% gross margin. Yep. As of today, it's in-app purchases and advertising. We are planning to launch the subscription model in Q3. But I mean, we have a currency like diamonds. The users buy those diamonds and can spend on during the live performances or ticketed events, or they can buy private content from the musicians directly. It's 22. It's the average revenue per paid user is $22. Yeah.
What's the user persona that you have? What kinds of users do you have?
It's very homogenic, but I can just define that it's between 18 to 35. But very homogeneous.
And which countries?
We born in Turkey. We have operations in terms of musicians operations in Azerbaijan and Turkey, but we just recently closed the round. Now we are just expanding our operations in MENA and Europe countries. Yeah.
Please, judges, feel free to ask another question. And the team behind, if the mics don't work, I'm just going to grant them extra seconds for the answers. And your event's going to run late. So please ensure judges' mics are working so we don't go through this glitch again and again. Please, yeah? All right. So let's pick up the mood again for every one of us. We have another fintech startup coming up from Egypt, Credit Fins. Nurhan, right? Okay, good luck.
So, next.
That's for the next. Just check if the mic is working.
Hello? Can you hear me? Hello, everyone. I'm Nurhan Sakut, founder and chief commercial officer of Credit Fins. So we've all seen that credit cards are very complicated and confusing to us users. There are misconceptions around them. There's a lack of information for users to access them, and very tricky billing cycle with dates that vary from one bank to the next. So we saw an opportunity to help customers choose which credit card to use, optimize their spending, and earn more rewards. We were inspired by Curve, which was valued at $800 million US, and we are launching Alpha Card, the first smart card that will rule all credit cards. Customers will get to link up to 80% of all of their limits to one card and start spending with only one virtual and physical card. They get cash back on everything. They get automated insurance. They have an option of a smart travel mode. And for those who qualify, an equated monthly installment option to settle their credit card debt. So customers will have a personal finance manager in their pocket 24/7, sending them recommendations and analysis on how they spend, how to improve their spending. They will also have an advisor with tailored advice to them specifically, security level that is very high when they can turn on, turn off the card from the app itself. And our business model is a multi-sided platform where we generate revenue from 3 different sources: an interchange fee from the merchants, float interest rate, and a monthly subscription from our customers. We plan on launching in Egypt first and get to 8% of our market, which are 50,000 cards in total, hoping to generate a revenue of 313 million Egyptian pounds and an average account balance of 1.25 billion Egyptian pounds. The market in Egypt has seen growth that is unprecedented. There is government direction to take the market from unbanked to banked, and the market growth has been 15% year on year. So we're expecting the market to grow even further, but we're still looking at KSA and UAE as well to expand there as the opportunity is huge. We're hoping to launch the first 1,000 cards in Egypt in Q2, and by the end of the year in KSA, moving on to the UAE in the beginning of 2024. We are looking to raise 800,000 in seed round. We already secured 500,000 and are now raising the remaining 300. We're a team of 13 very strong members with 3 co-founders that have a cumulative experience of 40 years in finance, tech, and operations. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I just want to understand, do you have to partner up with the banks
Yes.
in order to, okay, and how did they receive? Or
So
how
we
did they
need
react to
one
this?
partner bank, the
Okay.
issuer bank, and we already signed an MOU with them.
Okay.
So yeah, that's already done.
And so what is your target? How many banks do you need to have?
We only need one target bank, the issuer bank, the bank who will issue the card itself. So
Okay.
we don't need to partner up with the other banks for customers to link their
So you don't
cards
need
to
that.
ours.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
My question is, first of all, thank you for the wonderful
Thank you.
presentation. And the question is, why does the customer choose your specific card instead of multiple cards available on the market besides security reasons?
So there is no card in the market that can actually connect your credit cards to one. So
Okay.
that's the first reason. It will aggregate limits. So instead of using different ones, they can just use one. And then there's actually the visualization option or the personal finance management, which doesn't exist automatically. So far, things that exist, you have to integrate them yourself. And there's nothing that automatically visualizes and sends you notifications on how to better monitor. You can even set limits on your cards in spending categories. So, for instance, if you want to limit spending on coffee,
Yeah, I
you can
understand.
set it to.
But the thing is, you've mentioned that it doesn't require like working with other banks. One bank is enough. But if the person has, for instance, like different loans in different banks,
They link the credit cards to our card.
so basically it requires like automation with the cards from the other bank, and you've sorted
The
it out.
authorization comes from the customer, not the banks. So they top up the
Yeah.
card through the app.
Okay.
And automatically all the limits, they choose how much of it, up to 80%. Okay? And our card is a layer above it. So they don't need, the bank doesn't need to give any authorization or anything.
Thank you.
Okay, cool. Thank you so much, and good luck. All right, judges, I hope you are not tired. We have arranged coffees for you, just in case, if you're feeling sleepy. Okay. In the meantime, can we have the next startup on stage, which is Tanira? Okay. It's working this time. Okay. Clicker is back here. That's back and front. That's back. This is next. Yeah. Good luck.
So, hello everyone. My name is Andrea and I'm founder and CEO of Tanera. Let's go over the company overview. So, our business model is B2B and we are doing IP licensing. We are essentially tier 3 vendor for advanced 5-layer wireless tech and we are primarily focusing on 5G. One of the major milestones for this year is getting a EU Innovation Fund grant in the amount of 350K. Our so far key customers are based in US, for example, Skyworks, Amazon, and Meta. And currently we have a team of 20 developers, mostly in Belgrade, but we have a representative office in Santa Monica in California. Our IP is pretty much supporting every wireless connection we have all around us. So it's omnipresent and it's coming as a future in smart cities, connected cars and drones as well. And our specific innovation is LDPC codec for wireless comm that is achieving 65% higher communication speed than our competitors from UK, Germany, and USA. Why is this relevant? Well, every wireless communication system that conveys some information requires sort of a codec to protect the information. And LDPCs are widely adopted in 5G, Wi-Fi, and satellite. When we look at the market opportunities, we're currently heavily focusing on 5G, but we can tackle satellite and general wireless as well. Talking about 5G, after 20 years of stagnation, there is finally a big push towards decentralized network solutions similar to internet, where small vendors will provide pieces of the infrastructure, unlike nowadays where Huawei, Nokia, and Ericsson are providing pretty much everything. The problem is if you want to look like internet in terms of infrastructure, you need general purpose computers and accelerator platforms to support stringent requirements required by 5G. Our first product is already in the lab and it's interoperable with all software vendors and works on any hardware platform. We are here today to look for more funds to work towards our next product, which basically offloads more functionalities to the accelerator. And we plan to have that by Q3 2024. When it comes to licensing models, we have one-time fee option and perpetual annual fee as well. When it comes to our market strategy, well, our customers are system integrators, and they are all across the globe. And best avenues to tackle them is through hardware vendors like AMD and Xilinx, our current partners, or software vendors. Other markets are SATCOM, mobile network testing equipment, optical communications as well. And we're looking to raise $3 million with a goal to speed up our development and sales goals as well. And that's pretty much the summary of our company.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, audience, as well. Okay, so judges, your questions, please.
So thank you for the presentation. And my biggest question is, because you are competing with quite stable internet and all these things, right? So the question is, why should somebody choose your solution? I mean, I've seen the slide. If you could put it I understand the security side of it a little bit, right?
Okay.
But what besides security? Like, what about cost? Because as far as I see, it's a little bit.
Yes.
more
So
expensive.
the whole point of this Open RAN paradigm is that the new market will emerge where small vendors will contribute with different pieces of the infrastructure. So that market is in creation right now. And our goal is basically to provide a subcomponent of the system in terms of IP. We're not building hardware, we're just licensing our IP, and then system integrator can buy that from us and deploy it. When it comes to why from us, well, there are other startups emerging around the globe, like Cryonic and Accelercom, and our solution is currently providing faster speed for the same amount of resources. And actually, it's pretty compelling, 65% higher than the next contender. This is all benchmarked in California in Facebook Lab.
Thank you so much.
Any other questions? No? All right. Thank you so much, and thank you, judges. Okay, so now we're going to be jumping ships from fintech to telecom, and now we're going to have edtech startup on the platform. Can we have iSchool on the stage, please? Good luck. Thank you. Okay. This is the next book. Okay.
Hello everyone, this is Mohammed Gawish from iSchool. In 2018, the World Economic Forum published a report. It's called the Jobs Landscape 2022, and it's also including the top 10 emerging jobs that will be needed all over the world, such as machine learning, data science, artificial intelligence, and more. And also indicating the top 10 declining jobs that will be replaced because of the acceleration of the automation technology. Meanwhile, in Egypt, we have more than 29 million students from 6 to 18 years old that don't have access to technology education programs or curriculums. That's why we created iSchool, an online coding platform from 6 to 18 years old students to learn and create careers in the technology fields. And we are doing this by creating our own integrated curriculum localized in Arabic and English with more than 30 software and tools in robotics, programming, multimedia. And this curriculum is got international accreditation from STEM International Organization and from the Artificial Intelligence Driving License. Students at iSchool are attending once per week with a certifying coding coach, and these can subscribe in a monthly subscription and annual subscriptions. So far, since our launching, we have more than 8,000 students graduate from iSchool, and we have more than 100 coding coach that delivered more than 350K training hours, and we are reaching through our social media 250K followers, and we have leads monthly of 3K parents that willing to enroll his students to iSchool. And we have more than 4 million reach in the social media platforms across all our platforms. Due to the COVID, we got exponential growth, and we got to deliver our services in all the Egyptian governments and also in GCC as Emirates, Saudi Arabia, Jordan, and also we have students from the United States and Canada and South Korea. Our growth is very sustainable, and we have good tractions from 2018, 2019, and 2020, and we closed 2021 with a 1 million USD in revenues, and we expected to reach 4 million USD in revenues in 2022. Our team consists of more than 66 full-time members in different backgrounds from education, multimedia, marketing, finance, and we have been working with a lot of international organizations as the AUC, GEMS Education, Procter & Gamble, and we have been selected from the Web Summit as the future of education startup, and also from Holland IQ as the top 50 Middle East startup and promising startups in Middle East. For the funding, we have got several grants from 2018 to 2021, and we raised our pre-seed seed investment of 160, and we also raising right now 1.5 million US dollar. For the potential, we have good testimonials and good students that have been empowered in high school. Omar started his own startup. Rahma started to freelance, and Omar got a scholarship from Japan. We're empowering today's generation so that they become tomorrow's technology leaders. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Did you drink Red Bull before coming on the stage? What? Did you have Red Bull before coming on the stage?
Yeah.
Like this. Okay, that was good. Okay. Judges, can we have questions, please?
Thank you for the wonderful presentation. It's me again.
Thank you.
So my question is, because I haven't seen the slide, who are your biggest competitors? Who are your biggest competitors?
Competitors, actually the competitors in the technology market for students are the small centers that provide offline courses. In short crash courses, we provide a long journey for students, so they are not direct competitors, we have indirect competitors.
And how long do the customers stay with you? Like, for instance, from the first acquisition to like the last
14 months.
14 months.
14 months, yeah.
And do you have plans to upscale that? I mean, to a certain level for them to stay longer than 14 months?
Actually, we have a journey of 6 years. Because we are providing a curriculum from 6 to 18 years old, so we have different age range group, and each age range have a different roadmap and the curriculum path.
Understood. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We saw the revenue. What's the profit per student?
The profit margin?
Yes.
Is 40%.
40%?
Yeah.
So why do you need 1.5 in the next round? Once your target
Actually,
is
for several programs, we are launching a self-paced courses. This courses is all live, and the live has limited scalability. So we are launching a self-paced courses also with a lower price range for students to afford a training from high school. And also we are expanding in Saudi Arabia and in Emirates. So we want to make marketing campaigns and develop our platform.
All right. Thank you.
Just following up on the earlier question about competition, isn't something like Code Academy a competitor to you?
Actually,
how difficult would it be for them to expand to the region, for example?
Code Academy and Data Camp and Codefire Camp, it's focusing on the youth from 18 years and plus. 18 years and plus. We are focusing in the K-12 education system, and this market is new. Not a lot of competitors. All of our competitors are from India, and they are not available in the Middle East right now.
Thank you, Mohammed. That was a good presentation.
Thank you.
And with good numbers. Please give him some water. Okay, we have, I believe, another EdTech startup called Edit Mentor by Misha. Can we have Misha on stage, please?
I'm here. I'm on the screen.
Oh, even I didn't know that. Where? Can we have Misha on screen then? Okay, while they fix and put your slides on the screen, audiences, are you guys having any fun, or is it just boring? Oh, I see a couple of heads going yes, and then they're like, no. Okay, cheer up. We have refreshments there if you guys want it. And in the meantime, Misha is online. Good luck, Misha.
Thank you. Coming to you live from Hollywood, California. I'm Misha, a two-time entrepreneur and professional video creator. I worked on the Emmy-winning TV show American Horror Story and the Steve Jobs movie starring Ashton Kutcher. For thousands of years, people communicated mainly by reading and writing, but now video is the dominant form of communication. Everyone who's ever tried to edit a video knows just how hard it is. And that's because 99% of people are video illiterate when it comes to editing, which is the process of shaping a video's message. We've all been there, excited to make that business explainer video, but stuck sitting in front of a pile of footage, not knowing where to begin. Introducing Edit Mentor, the interactive training platform to teach everyone the skill of video content creation. Unlike a tutorial video where the learner just sits and watches, in Edit Mentor, you interact with the lesson right in the browser. A lesson contains a preset video clip that you adjust to learn a video creation skill. You then submit your answer, and Edit Mentor provides you with instant, creative feedback the way that a professional mentor would. It's fun, and anyone can do it with no experience. Edit Mentor is for YouTubers, TikTokers, and business go-getters. If it's a type of video, then we can teach you how to make it. The market for video content creators is enormous. 50 million people own YouTube channels alone, and 1 in 3 kids in the US wants to become a content creator. And that's why half of US schools teach courses on video creation. Our courses are also available to the hundreds of millions of adults making videos for their small businesses and social causes. Edit Mentor is a freemium SaaS subscription product. For schools, our average order size is $1,400 a year. For adults, we offer career-based professional workshops. Edit Mentor is a growth stage company with a product market fit. In 2021, we earned $100,000 in revenue, and we're averaging 8,000 active monthly users who have completed 30,000 lessons on our platform. Our customers include the Los Angeles Unified School District, the second largest school district in the United States, and Purdue University. And our curriculum is sticky. That's why 50% of our customers resubscribe. With a $2 million seed investment, we're going to expand our content library, become a fully online video editing solution, and scale our marketing. Finally, using the millions of data points we collect from users who interact with our lessons, we're building an AI-powered video spell check, allowing anyone to get the same creative feedback that we teach in our courses while they create their own videos. My co-founder Gore and I have a perfectly complementing skill set. Gore is our CTO with 17 years experience in software development. We are equal partners and friends who spend more time talking to each other than we do with our wives. And with that, I'm happy to take your questions.
Thank you, judges. Any questions?
That's actually Gore, my CTO. You can put me on if you don't mind.
Sure. Any questions?
Yes, thank you for the presentation. I just want to understand, would you be offering it in different languages? So if you are to enter the UAE, would you offer this platform in Arabic, let's say? Is that part of your plan?
Yes, language adaptability is something we plan on doing, and it's very simple for us to do. There we go.
Hi. Second question. Are you raising a round, and how much is it?
We're raising a $2 million seed round.
How much of it is already committed?
How much in equity? We're offering at a 10 million cap, so 20% of the company.
Can you tell us more about the competition?
Yeah, I'm happy to. Yeah, there are many sites and places to take video tutorial training, such as YouTube, LinkedIn Learning, Ripple Training. There are countless places. We actually see our competition as turning into our customers in the future because our platform is able to deliver curriculum in an interactive way, similar to how Codecademy can create an interactive curriculum out of computer coding as opposed to watching it on YouTube. So any content publisher could be our customer.
Any other questions from the judges? No? Okay. Thank you, Edit Mentor, for the pitch. Let's move to the next round of the pitch, please.
Thank you very much. It was a pleasure.
Okay. Good luck. This has to be there. We have an insurance startup. Aman Leak. Can we have Mr. Mohab on the stage, please? All right. Perfect. Let's do the next one. Cool.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mohab. I am the co-founder and CEO of Aman Leak. At Aman Leak, we help insurance companies penetrate Egypt's lower middle income class. That's a population of 50 million people, through reinventing how insurance is sold and managed. My journey with insurance started back in 2016, when I was working as a traditional broker in Cairo. During that time, I noticed three things. I was only selling to Egypt's top 1% of society, people that could afford the insurance. It took them 3 weeks to get their membership cards and start the coverage, and the claims were done manually through endless amounts of paperwork. All in all, it was a horrible experience that needed some digitization. And that's why we created Aman Leak. Aman Leak not only helps insurance companies penetrate new markets, but also empowers the client to make an informed decision. I'm very proud to introduce to you our medical insurance journey. For the first time in Egypt, you can get medical insurance and start the coverage in less than 5 minutes. The team that is building Aman Leak has over 30 years combined experience in insurance and technology, working at multinationals like Nestle, Amazon, and Facebook. We excel over traditional competition because we have a much lower operational cost structure. But we also excel over other online platforms because we use machine learning to personalize the policy and create exclusive products for our clients. So last quarter, we created our first exclusive medical insurance plan with an insurance company, and right now we are replicating this model in the motor insurance. By the end of this year, we want to insure 50,000 people. The insurance market in Egypt is valued at $2.5 billion and is growing at a staggering 20% year over year, keeping in mind that Egypt has one of the lowest insurance penetration figures in the world. Our revenue stream is very straightforward. We take commissions from insurance companies. These commissions vary between 10 to 30% depending on the type of insurance sold. We make these commissions when signing up a new client and on the annual renewal of the same client. Aman Leak has been growing super fast. So our Q4 revenues in 2021 are triple all the revenues of 2020. We're raising $1 million. 40% is going for tech and hiring, and 40% is going for marketing and acquisitions, and 20% is going for operations. We are the winners of InsurTech Hackathon in 2019 when we were still at idea stage, and we're also the top result in Google SEO in any Arabic-related keyword for insurance in Egypt.
Thank you so much, Mohab. Judges, do we have any questions for Mohab?
Yes, hello. Thank you so much for the wonderful presentation. And my question is, could you please elaborate on competitors? As far as I understood, there are not so many in Egypt, but you are probably planning to grow. So who are they, like, internationally?
Yes, so we started out in Egypt as the first aggregator in the country. But what really differentiates us from any other aggregator is that we create our own policies. We're still a broker, but we give the data to our insurance companies, partners, and we create policies that fill in the gaps that the current products do not fill.
How do you see the expansion? Which markets do you want to target next?
So definitely Saudi Arabia, the UAE, and North Africa. We are eventually going to be our own carrier.
Are there any market barriers?
The market, the market barrier in insurance is very. It's a blessing for us because we already have the regulation and we're licensed. But it's a barrier for entry for any new competitor. It's going to take you around 5 to 6 months to get a license, and you have to have this balance between insurance knowledge because it's sophisticated and technology.
How do you intend on expanding into the UAE specifically?
Yeah, so the UAE in particularly have a lot of aggregators in the market, but we innovate in the customer service and we own the customer journey. And I think if we come into the UAE, we're going to offer a new, different experience. We're also going to innovate on the product itself.
You're not insuring the customers yourself, right? Like you're not an insurance broker.
We are an insurance
you're a
broker.
broker, but you don't create the products yourself. So my question is, once you've created a new product with a company, what's stopping them from circumventing you and just going directly to the customers, especially given you work on a commission-based model?
Yeah, so what we've done is that we signed an exclusivity contract with that insurance company that we created the medical insurance policy with. It's called Secure Plus.
Thank you, Mohab. All right, that was good. Thank you. Okay, so we are down to our last 5. I hope, judges, you are with us, and thank you so much for giving us the time. If you need another coffee, let us know. Audience members, do you guys have your favorite startup so far, or you're still deciding which one to go for? Not yet? Then hold on to your seats. We have 5 more to go. We have the next startup with machine learning and big data, Kagera. Can we have Kagura on the stage, please? Hi. Okay, please give a round of applause. And the clicker. Okay.
Just try before they go.
That's for the next. This is next. So go for next. Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Hello everybody, I'm Manya. I am a CEO and founder of Kagera, and we are recognized AI experts in oil and gas. 2 days ago, we had a massive explosion in Houston, which is one of the many explosions in oil and gas industry. We have a big pressure towards production due to COVID, and this big traditional industry is at crossroads. Hadoop is a tool that's usually conducted for the last 50 years, and it's not efficient for 3 reasons: static analysis, expensive documentation, and over-reliance on individuals. Our solution, PyHadoop, is actually an AI software that helps oil and gas managers to minimize downtime, prevent risk, and maximize safety. Why PyHadoop? We have a recommendation for preventing the risk, real-time analytics, and a web cloud application. Values that we have for clients is save money and time, minimize risk and human error, and increase the productivity. This is our main PyHadoop dashboard, and you can see here, this purple shows a machine learning algorithm for predicting downtime, gas exposure, flammable leakage, and failure. This yellow shows real-time dynamic reporting with recommendations. This is one of our reports. It's a human fatality report. This blue area represents a company accepted risk, and this yellow dot shows that this company has underestimated the risk for humans. So we provide recommendations how to avoid this situation. We already have success stories, so we have saved 66% of budget for our clients. We save money for existing platforms for not having unnecessary safeguard costs, so we save money and optimize the risk. For new platforms, we provide what to buy, so we save money and minimize the future accidents. Our market is huge and is growing. Our competitors are slow, do not have expertise, they use general AI, or they are typical outsourcing. So our model is connected to the first small oil and gas companies, but after that, ideal are big oil and gas companies. Our team is multinational with experience in IT, AI, domain, business, and HR. We expect to have $16 million of revenue. We have 4 types of revenue streams, 3 letters of intents, and 6 clients ready. We are raising now $1 million for 3 active clients, 6 in the pipeline, offices in Abu Dhabi and USA, new machine learning features, penetration to these markets, and active negotiations with 5 VCs. So why now? We are leveraging USA. We expect a big increased demand due to Russian sanctions, so they need our software.
Thank you. Okay. Judges, do we have any questions?
Thank you for the presentation. When do you plan to expand to the UAE? And if you're already here, what customers do you have here?
Yeah, we already work with the companies from here and also from Qatar. So we are planning this year to expand here, and after that, immediately to the USA market.
And what is your business model? I mean, what are your revenue streams?
Okay, so we have licenses, different licenses. We also have a service that are customization for the clients, and we have a certification. Also, beside that, we have a success fee from 1% to 5%, depending from the company, how big is the company.
And when scaling the project, do you face any legal issues? Like, because if you're optimizing the projects, right, there may be some like licensing requirement and stuff to provide these kind of services, or no?
For licenses, we first work on a project basis with the clients, and then we are actually converting them for the licenses. So far, all of them didn't have any kind of legal issues. Only legal issues that I see is for success fee, but we overcome that because we detailly say that the cost savings are for in order when they buy the additional equipment and everything. so that in order that way that we can don't have an issue.
Understood. And I wanted the last question. Do you understand it well? If it's like partially software, partially like human factor, you're also providing the services like with your team, right?
Yes, so it's like a software as a service.
Can you tell us more about the team? The team.
Okay. So our team is on all markets. So we have people from who are there for 15 years in oil and gas industry, then for IT for more than 25 years of industry, then also engineers who are working there, data scientists, and myself as one of top AI influencers in oil and gas.
For the product itself, the data that feeds into your model, does it come from the company or does it come from your own IoT?
It depends. If they don't have a data, it's our simulation and or goes from the field.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay. We have our next startup hero by Arun. Okay. Good luck, Arun. That's your mic.
So how do I go forward?
That's the next one. That's the back.
Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Arun, and I'm the co-founder of Hyrio. I'll start my pitch today by quoting Sam Altman of Y Combinator. A company, becomes the people it hires, and not the plan it makes. So today, let's talk a little bit about recruiting and recruiting experience. Now, 8 out of 10 candidates who apply for jobs do not hear back from companies. And while candidates are in recruiting, there are questions related to additional information on the company, the process, their interest to talk to their future teams. Most likely do not get a response or get a very, very delayed response. And on the other side, the recruiter is managing hundreds of candidates, which means they don't have the time or tools to have that personalized communication with their candidates. The end result is the experience is broken. Many candidates do not join in the end or take up the offer. And for enterprises which are hiring large number of knowledge workers, let's say in tech or IT, the cost and the quality of hire becomes a problem. At Hyrio, we look at talent as customers. And starting with creating a wonderful recruiting experience, our vision is to help organizations improve the way they engage and interact with talent, be it communities, campuses, alumni, and so on and so forth, and use data more effectively in terms of talent planning, forecasting, and management. In terms of the technology platform today, we combine conversational AI, data analytics, and virtual hiring tools, and try to solve the problem of recruiting experience in 2 ways. For the candidates, we are available as a digital platform 24 hours, answering their queries or getting them help when they need it. And for recruiters, we're trying to optimize around 40 to 50% of their non-strategic recurring activities that they do on a regular basis so that they have time for candidates. And we differentiate ourselves from the competition in the fact that we cover the entire space of, or the entire life cycle of recruiting, modular technology, which enables better integration, and we also have a lower cost as opposed to the competition in the market. Our model is an annual subscription-based model based on the volume of hires or the volume of CVs that you process. Today, typically, it ranges between 10K to 100K per year. Now, in terms of traction, we closed around 400K of revenue in the last 10 months, which is a 5x improvement from last year. We have a solid pipeline. I'm very confident that we will hit the $1 million ARR in the next 12 months. Some reference customers, we work with 2 out of the largest 5 Indian IT outsourcing companies. One of the top 3 French European banks is our customer. One of the largest professional networking sites. That's a customer among many others, to give you a perspective of the kind of clients. We're trying to raise a $3 million of pre-series A, primarily to fund the sales and product development and go global. We've raised around 850K so far in terms of seed and angel rounds before. And this is our team with founders bringing in around 45 years of product and sales background. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Judges, can we move to as a question?
This is pretty fragmented market. What is your unique value proposition?
Our unique value proposition is in the way the product is defined to take care of every stage of recruiting. Most traditional CRMs focus on either making the application process better, the scheduling part of it better, or the post-offer part of it better. We go across the board. we handle both experience I have from the market and also have university CRM, which is fairly new in the space, and we are digital ready from day one.
How do you compete with LinkedIn?
LinkedIn is more of a CV database or a network of people. We start from the point an application is made. How do I take the candidate from the point of application to onboarding in a seamless fashion? And by the way, LinkedIn is one of our new customers.
How does the cap table look like?
74% today with founders and the rest with angels and seed.
Okay. Any other questions? We still have a minute left. There's one from. Do you have a question, sir? Okay. All right. Olga, please go.
I guess thank you so much for the presentation. Could you please tell me more about which markets are going to planning to go to as the next part of your journey and why?
Now, we focused on tech engineering services where you have large, white collar jobs being created, which obviously means that North America and India kind of markets have been most accessible for us. Having said that, we understand that some of these global corporations operate globally. And some of the RFPs that we participated gives us the feeling that we got to increase that footprint beyond the APAC and in that sense. So we're looking at options to expand to Southeast Asia. Middle East is another area where you have significant large number of oil and gas and other similar industries. We want to try out doing that as well. From a base perspective, it is going to be HQ as US and India being the dev center, but looking at it from a global perspective.
Thank you, Arun.
Thank you.
Okay, before we move to the last three pitches, I would sincerely like to thank all the audience members. You guys have stayed for the last good amount of 1.5 hours with our startups. You have heard their pitches. Most of you may be their early adopters, their customers, or would like to support them. But sincerely, thank you to all the audience members to be there and supporting the startups so long. Right now, we're going to move to the next startup, Natura Eco. So we have Nicola with us, and good luck.
Thank you very much.
Gee,
How do I go
so you go next with this?
This is back.
Yeah, perfect. Okay.
Well, thank you very much for having me today. It's an honor to be one of the companies presenting today. My name is Nicola, and I'm the CEO and the founder of our Natura Eco company. What we do actually is that we automate the construction industry using 3D printing or additive manufacturing. So this is actually our mission and vision, is to actually be a data company which uses our own developed systems to actually print houses and huge constructions. I'm going to come to that slide where we have already printed some houses, but this is our goal. We are a data company using data to actually automate the construction industry. So what we do actually, that we develop adaptable hybrid systems to increase the productivity, safety and sustainability. So what we are actually addressing is a market of 40 billion by 2027. Mostly of materials being used is concrete or cement-based materials because it has proven to work and do the job. So you can see that Asia Pacific and the US are the biggest market now, and up till now the most houses or actually buildings have been printed in this region. What we actually address as a problem is the labor shortage, not only caused by COVID, but actually 2 million jobs being shed and 78% of companies having still problems to find the adequate labor force. Also, we have productivity levels, same as 80 years ago, and also a safety issue with 2.8 million deaths around the globe in the last 5 years. Also, what we offer as a value is speed, accuracy, predictability, higher profit margins, and a 35% savings in CapEx. Also, if you see that this is our future vision, that we develop machines not only to 3D print, but also prepare the construction site, dig, prepare the whole site, and then start printing as according to plan. So to be remote, real-time data, and terrain adaptability. This is our newest generation printer, which is currently under development. It is co-founded by the Innovation Fund of Europe, which an investment of 120K, and our investment of 45K. It's a system that's going to be used to 3D print some new projects we're going to do in Africa. With 2 companies, we have signed contracts, a Liberia project with 500 buildings for a social housing project and one in South Africa. And also we have strategic partnerships already undergoing in the UAE with Strata owned by Mubadala. 56 customers are pending in Serbia only, which is immense success, with 3,000 plus square meters to be printed in the next 2 years and 1 million revenue model. So what we are actually doing, we are developing not only gantry systems, which is usually being done by our competitors, we develop hybrid systems depending on the need of the customer. So we don't like to build something where the customer has to think what he can do. We do solutions according to customer needs, which is much more friendly. Thank you.
Thank you. Do you have height limitations? So can your solution be applicable with high rises?
It depends on how you use the system. For example, this house, as you can see, was printed in 21 hours. It's just 4 meters high. So it depends on the solution that we develop for the customer. You can go up to 30 meters up height. But our goal is to actually develop systems that can go indefinite in height and length.
You mentioned you have a partnership in the UAE. Can you please share more about that and more about any customers you have in the UAE?
Yeah, absolutely. I would be too glad to do that. So we are addressing a partnership with Strata where we actually want to focus our manufacturing into UAE, and through Hub 71 also in Abu Dhabi we want to spread our company in the Middle East, because we cannot do this through Europe. We have to have our manufacturing and know-how here in order to adapt sand-based materials and so on. So if we go back to the next slide, for example, this is the model that we are actually looking for, is always to have an architectural studio and a constructor for our project.
How do you plan to scale?
Thank you very much. So how we actually scale is pretty simple. If we address a new market, then we first find a construction company that's going to distribute our technology, and the next step is actually to focus on Africa, Middle East and Asia as the 3 biggest markets for 3D construction printing the next 10 years.
How does it go? Thank you for the presentation. How does it go for with the requirements of the heating and stuff?
Of the code, yes.
Yeah.
So it's pretty easy actually, because we are part of the ISO Joint Group 80, where we actually finalizing the new code ISO for global 3D construction printing manufacturing, and it's pretty easy. Our software applies to the regulations on a specific region. It applies then the machine according to code.
Thank you.
Thank you, Nicola. All right, so let's call the second last startup on the stage, Akhtar. Do we have Mohammed Osama here? Mohammed, come, please. Okay, would you like a mic? Would you like to be on the podium? Mic? Okay. Just the controller. Good luck. That's for next. Okay.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody. My name is Muhammad, and I want to talk to you about the future of audio learning in MENA. Self-education takes time, and time is one asset we don't have nearly enough of. And also screen time exhausts us. Too much screen time have a negative impact for both our body and our brain. Also, Arabic people have a language barrier that they can't learn. Akhtar give his customers more time by providing alternative, powerful, educational, screenless way of learning. With 15 minutes audio materials, with Akhtar you can learn more in less time while doing other activity, because airtime is limitless. You can listen while doing other activities. You can customize your library with Akhtar with more than 2,000 audio materials. You can listen anytime, anywhere, online, offline. We also have edutainment challenges and rewards. Aghdar have two plans. You can use Aghdar on a basic plan or a premium plan. With premium plan, you will get access, unlimited access to the full library and the full features. You can also have playlist management and offline usage, and you can track your progress with $30 per year. Our market is 380 million total addressable market, and our traction till now, we have 600,000 users in the last year, and we have also 18,000 premium users, mainly in Gulf countries. Aghdar had made growth more than 600% in 2021 and had been selected by Apple as one of the best apps that made in Egypt. Our conversion from trial to paid conversion is 37 also. Regarding to our timeline, we started at 2016 as a YouTube channel, and in 2019 we built our first MVP, and in 2020 we enrolled in Tech Accelerator, and we got our pre-seed investment in 2021. Regarding to competitions, Aghdar unique selling point is providing a very high quality content with a low price. Our objective in 2003 is building 15 audio materials and reach 300,000 paying users. And regarding our team, I have a previous experience in Verelden Bibliotek in Sweden, which translated in the Library of the World.
Thank you, Osama.
Okay.
Judges, please, questions.
Thanks for the presentation. Can you hear me? Hello.
Sure. Oh, okay.
So you said your differentiator is the content?
I can hear you.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Hello? Okay, great. So thank you for the presentation. You said your differentiator is content. So who is developing the content? Are you developing it internally? Are you getting experts on board?
Yes, we have a network of people who are interested in, everyone who are interested and working in a certain topics. And we have a very restricted and excellent guidelines that revise the content that we produce.
Okay, so how difficult would it be for your competitors to collaborate with these content creators as well, if that's your only USP?
They can collaborate with the network itself, but they can't get the know-how, our guidelines, our potential, our growth, our strengths is located in the guidelines itself.
Thank you.
From the 600,000 you mentioned users, what is the age group, the majority of?
From 20 to 40, the majority.
What markets do you plan to expand to?
What?
What markets do you plan to expand to? Because you mentioned it's purely Arabic education, right? It's in Arabic. What are next target markets?
We are currently focusing in MENA region in Arabic content. The people are located in the Middle East and Europe and America, but they are speaking in Arabic. So we are focused on Arabic content only till now.
Just an extension to the question Hisham asked a few minutes ago. You had a slide saying it's not just the content, but actually you have some more stuff in it, like in terms of engagement, like you have quiz or what other tools or activities that you have with
you mean gamifications?
Yeah.
The user can track his progress. He can set goals for himself. He can compare himself to others, who they are located in his country or his city.
Okay. Thank you, Osama. Can we have the last startup on stage, Otik Hirsch? Thank you. Good luck. Can we have Tarek Mohammed on stage, please? Oh, hi. It's working. Pointer? Yes. So this is next. This is back. Yes.
Hello, this is Tariq Nuruddin. I'm the co-founder and CEO of OTO Courses. OTO Courses is the first online live tutoring platform in Egypt. We believe that education is the most powerful weapon that we can use to change our youth and our country. Because if you wish to travel abroad, if you wish to get promoted in your job, if you wish to get accepted in a scholarship, English is a key essential thing in order to be able to achieve that. And that's why we started with English as our first product. English, as you know, is number 62 in ranking. English is the fastest way to double your income. And there are more than 2 billion learners English in 2020. We all know this. This is not a new news. However, most people don't have enough time to do that, or they don't find good instructors in order to achieve that, or they do a lot of effort in order to be able to learn. So me and Badr, my co-founder, we decided that we're going to use the knowledge and the education that we got to deliver that to other people. So in OTO, we're an online tutoring platform. You get to choose your instructor at any time. We work 24 hours. You choose the instructor. In 5 minutes, you can book your session and start learning right away. We are mainly targeting kids, and that's a new product that we focused on the last few years, young adults and young professionals. Our target market is mainly between 6 and 30 years old. Social classes B and C. We have 15.2 million in Egypt and 28.4 in the GCC area. It's not working?
Guys, the presentation, please. He's not able to go to the next slide.
It's not working. Really? Okay, sorry. So far, we taught more than 400,000 hours. We generated revenue in 2021, $175,000. We taught more than 30,000 students so far. We have more than 150 instructors working with us, and the number is approaching 200. And we have students from more than 40 different countries, and we have more than 35 B2B contracts. We took couple rounds of investment, mainly pre-seed and seed. More than $500,000 have been raised so far, mainly from Adventures, Nahdat Masr, and some other accelerator. Those are the companies that we proudly teach the employees to that we have here in Egypt. Some of them are multinational companies, and we started to deal with companies outside of Egypt as well. Our competitive advantage, as you can see, some platforms are similar to us in other countries in the world, but as you can see, our competitive advantage is the cost, which is so significant, as you can see from here. We have a couple courses. Those are some of the prices, so you have an idea about how we actually do. And this is how do we get our instructor.
Thank you, Tariq. All right, judges, can we have your questions, please?
Thank you for the presentation. A quick question. Besides the pricing point, what is another competitive advantage of your product?
Other competitive advantage, localization. Number two, we don't have a specific curricula that everyone follows as most people do. We have a personalized, customized, one-to-one that is made for each learner according to his learning journey and needs. And we are developing an AI tool that actually gets the exact needs of every learner in order to be able to customize a specific learning journey for every single person.
Thank you.
From a scalability and growth aspect, would you look at other languages, or are you purely looking at English?
No, we actually started with English because it's the most demanded product in Egypt, but we actually started expanding in other courses and other products. Like, for example, we just launched a new platform for schools that has school subjects. And we have another platform called Dardish for practicing language, and we have a plan of adding more products in the near future. Yes? Yes, we are fundraising. That was the last slide, if you can get it. We are fundraising.
What is the amount they are looking for now? For
we are looking
investment?
for $1 million.
Okay. Thank you.
You mentioned you have customers already. Do you have customers in the UAE, and can you share who they are?
Companies or students?
Companies.
Okay, we have Westcon, And some of the companies that we deal with have branches in the UAE. We, like, for example, Mars International, like Hassan Alam, and more of other companies that work in the Gulf area. So we teach even their employees here in the Gulf. Also, more than 15% of our customers are from outside Egypt, knowing that we have not spent $1 so far in marketing outside Egypt. And that's why we're here in Dubai, because we want to expand in the other countries and we want to start.
Thank you, Tariq. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please give a round of applause to all of you for being so supportive to the startups. Startups, you had the chance, you took it. Judges, thank you for being patient and kind with us throughout.